They're delightful, energetic, fun.
But that's not what Kwame said.
You have a lot of people to meet. They're a loud family with a lot of energy. Basically a bunch of Chelseas.
What did he say? He said there are a bunch of Chelseas. Loud. you do know
Where
you do
I'm
know
from, when somebody calls you loud.
that's a disrespect. I'm loud. I'm loud. I'll be whispering. I'm loud. But no, there's one thing that Kwame. We don't see your family. We don't know if they're delightful or nice or anything.
How disappointing is that question?
Hey guys, welcome back to Human No Resource. I'm Uma.
And I'm Selma.
We're going to do episode 9, season 4 for Love is Blind.
Come on now. Before we get into it, guys, thank you so much on the comments, the feedback, everything, guys. Thank you so much for the love and the support.
It was a lot of support that we received.
I swear,
for a
it was
really
really
long
loved. I
time.
loved it. Yeah.
So, Jackie and also Marshall.
Yeah, you glitched a bit on that one.
Because it was a surprising thing. Just that so quick.
Wait a minute. Guys, look at this face. What's wrong? What is that? What's going on here?
Well, the episode of the name of the episode is called Romeo and Juliet Didn't Work Out.
I was gonna say Romeo and Juliet must.
Yeah.
Leo movie.
But I feel like it's foreshadowing to
Romeo
them.
was anyways. Yeah, listen.
Or somebody else.
Listen, I don't know if it was the night during the time Marshall and Jackie were talking, but you can see that something was bothering Marshall to the extent where he had to get it off his chest. And immediately Jackie was not having it completely.
Well, he confessed his love for Jackie.
His declaration.
And he says, what do you need from me or required from me to make this relationship work?
And listen, there's nothing wrong with what he said. As a matter of fact, if a guy was to say that to you...
he's very in deep, and you need to respect that,
Yeah.
But, for her and her crazy eyes,
she
wasn't having it.
Immediately, she was just like, I can't do this right now. And we don't know if it's, let's say, at 2 a.m. She might have a point on that one. But when a guy is so serious, such as that, you probably want to up the matter and maybe hear him out. But completely, she wasn't having it. And there's a point where even he tells him, like, listen, my homeboy, big boy Brett, told me that
Big Brother.
Big Brother Brett.
Yeah, Big Brother Brett
told me that I need to put myself first. I need to put my emotions first, and even it's at the expenses of yours. Mm-hmm. And what is that one thing Jackie always done? It's like a red herring. It's like a red herring. It was like a distraction. She even made a distraction. But what did she talk about?
She said, "I love your eyes." But she said it in the most vulgar way. I think
she likes throwing distractions.
She said, "Damn, you got some eyes," what I mean?
Yeah.
So to distract him or gaslight him.
She goes up to him from behind him. She goes, "Love me."
Why I feel like this? Well, she didn't see the rest of it, but she said, "Love me."
Yeah, Jackie, friend, that's not it. At this point,
Just
everybody is on Team Marshall but then again, Marshall, like, what do you see in Jackie that you're holding on to?
I think he loves the idea of Jackie, and he's willing to deal with I
think he likes the potential in Jackie. I think she looks great on his arm. Let's not deny that.
Well, she's a pretty woman, so
right. But once all that ether fades out, what are you looking at? Is the reality of that moment you are with her.
The reality is he's waiting until she says the actual word, like, I don't want to be in this relationship. I don't want to, continue doing this.
But sometimes you need to just. There's so many people on this TV show that are waiting. Yeah, there's so many people on this TV show that are waiting for the other person to pull the trigger. Sometimes you can just write it off yourself if it's not working. So now Bliss goes to see Zach's family, and you know what? His family was very pleasant.
Very nice.
Very receptive. He had his uncle, his auntie, his sibling was there. And then you see a little glimpse of his mama. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, she's no longer with them. Yeah, but the family asked a very important question to her.
What stood out about Zach?
And you know what? The way Bliss answered that question, I kid you not, I was like, chef's kiss.
Like, you could see this girl so deep with this guy.
She's at this point, she's infatuated by him. And, she even said some things, though. I think we can talk, guys. We can talk right now.
She mentioned, I love the fact that with the rough situation that he came from, he came out of it and became better.
Yeah, and his
than
family
most
did.
people.
The family did even say that. Hey, they add on top of that. They said, listen, he could have choose any other way, but he decided to go up, and that was nice. But my point was, she labeled him as being honest, and she can trust him.
Now the trust part is very questionable. How do you trust this guy when you're his second choice?
I'm snatching those 2 words back. No.
He is very honest, I would say.
Well, then
He's
I'm
very
your
honest.
second choice. Let's talk about that honesty. Aren't I your second choice?
Are you saying that he kind of led her on and blindsided her?
No, but if he's honest, be honest about that. He's still holding off that answer from her. But, okay, honest it is, but trust?
That's not the...
No, we ain't ready for that.
Yeah.
So now we get into Kwame and Chelsea's relationship, and they're out there shopping. Chelsea seems very unbothered. Nothing's going on. But
Wearing leather pants,
yeah.
trying new clothes. I like the
Kwame,
store,
though.
though. Everything was dark.
You love everything biker. Kwame, though, seems to be very intense. Like, he does that disoriented thing he does. Like, he don't want to be there.
He's looking at the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And
shrugging himself.
with that golden cup that y'all love, because y'all keeps on coming back every season. However, he's bothered about a conversation they had early in that morning when he asked her, like, hey, are you okay? And she was like, do I sound okay?
What do you want to say, Chelsea? What do you want to say?
This is my theory. Okay, this is my working theory.
Say it.
She was probably bothered, Chelsea was bothered about how Micah and Kwame were acting last night, if it was last night, and how close they are. And he promised her that he was over it, but it didn't look like he was over it. So he's feeling all guilty, like crazy this morning, not knowing that Chelsea Chelsea's giving him nothing. So he asked her, hey, are you okay? But I think she flinched a little bit and glitched, and she said, do I sound okay? Probably snapped right back
Showed
in.
a different side of her that he never saw before.
And then she goes, let's go shopping. So I think like he's so on edge and unease, and it's like, I need to know how she's feeling.
You know, there was a person who commented on our in our comment section saying that
Or my last video.
yeah, in our last video, that they said Kwame, the reason why he can't let go of Micah is she's a conquest that he didn't achieve. And I was like,
What does that even mean?
like
A conquest.
I feel like he, because he always bring up this whole vague, like, we had a connection. Well, get over it, Kwame. It was just 10 days of just talking to a woman.
Yeah.
And let me be real about it. She wasn't really authentic.
Yeah. You know, another thing too, in that interaction, they go sit down and they have strawberries, and you can see the way Chelsea was acting. He had a point because he didn't.
She was a little bit too extra.
Oof.
Super extra.
She was all over him, and he did mention that I feel like I don't have a place to go and to hide. I'm feeling suffocated. And boy, oh boy, did she prove that point very clearly for him. She was up on his business. Eat the strawberries. He said, I've been eating strawberries all day. You going in and out with.
No, you haven't had it with the
fitting room.
chocolate.
Yeah, with the chocolate, and she. Chelsea,
Calm down.
I'm trying, dude.
I know you are.
There's no pocket of this moment in which I can like just go hide away and have my little peace.
yeah, you can see from that clip there's a lot of issues going on between the two of them. And he even says that, everything with you is confrontational. I don't think that's true. Chelsea seems like
She's trying to make it work, and he is not compromising.
Yeah. Even at this point, like, he's lying to himself. Chelsea is not your woman. Let's be real. You're dragging this as long as what? He keep on saying, we're almost at the finish line. What finish line is you on?
He said at one point, did he say he was like homesick? Like I don't have a home here, and everything is in Portland.
Okay, well, hold on now. Let's say Micah was your girl and she lives in Nashville, Tennessee.
Does she live in Nashville, Tennessee?
I'm just assuming she lives somewhere.
No, she lives in Seattle.
Okay, well, the point is, I know you're going to go wherever she goes.
If you're the type of person who gets homesick, or you get or you get sad, but I'm not seeing you going into a show and trying to marry somebody. Like, if you're the type of person who does have those type of feelings, why join in the beginning?
Because he wants to find his one.
Well, you lived in
Speaking
Portland.
about finding his one, we saw some clips floating around social media that it ain't his first rodeo
Being in a reality show.
in a reality show. I don't know if you want to slide in the clip in here or get in trouble with it, but anyways, it's not his first time. Kwame, you know exactly what's going on.
It's like he was
cut
trying
it
to
out
get
and
into a show like
yeah,
this.
just cut it out. No, Chelsea ain't your woman, so let's just speed up your whole situation. Stop this finish line scenario.
So we get with Brett and Tiffany,
Yeah.
the golden couple, you know.
They're good.
I'm happy for them. They're thriving. They're enjoying their time. They actually meet with Brett's friends and they seem to like her. Brett was saying that, oh, I want to build generational wealth or something like that.
Yeah.
In that content. With
Does it come across
Tiffany?
that Brett's all his friends, were they like grilling her? I felt like they were
know.
vetting her.
They're probably
they all
vetting
were
her.
very serious.
As they
all were,
should, as they
listening,
should.
Like it's a medical school interview or something.
as
like,
they should.
as they
Probably
should.
Brett called them and say, I want you to grill
Vet her
her.
out, yeah.
Because so far she's perfect, but I really want to see the cracks.
Yeah.
You know what? Even Brett himself, I feel like he said things too perfectly sometimes, you know? It's like he writes down what he wants to say and after he says it. I don't know.
As far as I know, the very fabulous couple. I really like them. I like the points he brought up about, you know, he doesn't come from a, you know, a wealthy background. He comes from poverty. He said poverty. I'm not quite sure if he said poverty. Correct me, guys.
That's unfortunate.
And he said, I'm trying to build a better life for my future kids, generational wealth. I'm like, that's a great conversation. Tiffany was smiling from here to here. Like, come on now.
Because she's actually here for once in her life. She's hearing things that she wanted to hear
Yeah, great for her. Great for them.
from a guy. So we get with Paul and Micah, lovely couple. Not really.
yeah.
Not really.
They go to a cafe.
Superficial, everything.
Superficial conversation. She even says something that was, well, first they talk about
Her
petty
clothes,
issues. Yeah, like clothes.
My clothes are not gonna fit in your closet or your place because your apartment is super small. The reality, it is, Paul. It is super small.
And
you
she
know?
said something that was so random, where she was like, "You know what? Like, what happens if we don't work? You don't work with us, like, and we go
would
our separate
suck
ways?
not talking to your mom
It'll
anymore."
be suck not like talking. It sounds like something you would tell a college friend after the semester is over. It's like, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
see you anymore. I was like,
I'm not gonna see you anymore and all that.
yeah, I'll see you next year.
Even though did she not say we're in love and everything?
Weird.
She, clearly she's not into it. She's not going to say yes. And he's also thinking that it's not going to work out.
I feel like he's such a silent.
He is. He's a silent
he's like
assassin.
a sniper. Yeah. I feel like everything is already formulated in his mind. He's just kind of going with the flow, going with the flow. And Micah is like, she better stop saying it's like too much. Mm-hmm. She got me saying it too much.
Yeah.
So now it's this time for Zach to see Bliss family, and I think a lot of us been waiting to see how that's gonna look like.
How they're going to interact.
And my God, her family is just everybody's giving chef's kiss.
Lovely, wonderful family.
The way they
Yeah.
articulate things, the way they show their love for Bliss. You can see she was raised in a great family.
They actually said, oh, Bliss is our princess.
She's our princess. And the family kind of sat down and looked at Zach and got a good glimpse at him and said, so how did y'all meet? And I kid you not, he went straight to like the accolades. He said, she's an intelligent girl. She's thoughtful. She's fierce. There is no other woman in the world I'll think of like being by my side or being so much impact on me other than Bliss.
But he does say other things that were very questionable. He said, I haven't said it to a woman, I love you, since I was 21.
Yeah.
Do we need to know that? I don't think we need to know that. And also he does say that, I did fall in love with two women.
You can get feelings for more than one person at the same time.
Because the thing is, they asked why you're so vulnerable. Like, he said the reason why you never told somebody you loved them, since the age of 21. He said, because I don't like being vulnerable. And this TV show, what it did is it brought up, he said a social experiment, brought up my vulnerability. And what happened to me is I ended up falling in love with two people.
Like,
The toxic
read
Russian.
the room. Read the room.
Yeah. And then he said,
Zach.
unfortunately, I picked the wrong one. And
Yeah,
he
the
noticed
toxic
that,
Russian. That's
and
what
he
you did.
noticed Bliss was getting a bit kind of like, fidgety.
Oh,
and
she's
stuff
like, you're
that.
revealing it all,
And
apparently.
he was like, I don't want to get too much into it because, Bliss is not making her uncomfortable. And her mama was like, no, Bliss, we're going to know, why did you choose her?
Now, do you think he was self-sabotaging himself?
Why? No, I didn't see that.
Because he wanted to see their reaction. And I feel like he's saying that he wants to see a negative side to them, probably.
Listen, he cleared it up immediately when they asked him, like, what happened? And then after, why didn't you go for Bliss? Why did you go for the toxic Russian girl? And then after he said, because of this, like, because Bliss comes from such a great family, I I come from like a rough background, and my previous experience with my ex-girlfriends, I'm assuming, is that they weren't so welcoming about me when I told them what my background is. So I was afraid of the uncertainties with your family, and I knew I was never going to be up to par with that. So I kind of figured out that, you know, if I don't have a horse in this race, I'm not gonna go with it. That's why he didn't choose Bliss. So when he said that, the whole family
It's like
kind of
trauma
like
seeks trauma.
Yeah, it's like the whole family at the end was like, that's why I didn't go for Bliss. Okay, smart answer.
There's one thing that the mother said. Well, he said, you know, something about the mothers.
What about him?
He said, my mom is not going to be here, you know?
Oh, yes, at the end when
It was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life.
And the mother cleared up. She goes, you know, if Bliss decides to go with you or to
the whole
choose
thing.
you, I'll be your mama.
Yeah.
And that was just beautiful. I think overall
teared
the
up a little
family
bit.
really liked. I think the family are supportive with Bliss, and they know she's gonna do the right choice for herself.
Exactly.
And they're giving a lot of good faith to her. So Zach is lucky.
He
Still
should
lucky.
be. He's still lucky. Oh my God, the fact that she gave him a chance. Some women had just went there, throw some water,
Yeah,
and
I'm too Gemini. I can't.
So Chelsea takes Kwame to meet her mother, aunts, and I'm assuming her nieces. And they were a breath of fresh air.
Of fresh air.
They're delightful, energetic, fun.
But that's not what Kwame said.
You have a lot of people to meet. They're a loud family with a lot of energy. Basically a bunch of Chelseas.
What did he say? He said there are a bunch of Chelseas. Loud. you do know
Where
you do
I'm
know
from, when somebody calls you loud.
that's a disrespect. I'm loud. I'm loud. I'll be whispering. I'm loud. But no, there's one thing that, you know, Kwame, we don't see your family. We don't know if they're delightful or nice or anything like that.
We don't see your
we
family.
don't know we don't know if they're moody or angry like you.
He's getting way too comfortable, isn't he?
Yeah, he's just throwing a lot of stuff out here. He's disrespecting people.
Maybe some
behind
of
their
you
backs.
guys think that's a lighthearted joke. But anyways, fast forward. They go sit down and they're literally sitting outside on like a small little, I don't know, a balcony thing or a deck. And clearly Kwame is in his mind again. Is in his mind again. And she had to stop for a minute and like said, Mama, this is Kwame. He's an MBA, an ex-soccer player.
He was checking his wrists.
Talented, you know, creative and all that stuff. And just
With
kind
his
of
Cartier.
He never has a Cartier. He clearly doesn't own a Cartier.
Oh, okay.
And clearly zhuzhing him up. And he was just soaking it in like sun to vitamin D.
Until one of them mentioned about the ring. And said, oh, you got a small ring. And
I think, no, not shade. I think they're mentioned because she has such a small fingers.
Yeah.
How did you end up finding a small ring to fit her? So that's very innocent. However, they asked them.
Probably they threw a hinted diss. I don't know. Probably
Well,
it is a small ring.
Well, we can read subtle shade too. So don't go there, Chelsea's family. But anyways, they ask him, so like, what do you do for work? And I swear to God, this guy loves anything to flex on. He goes, you know, I'm like a head of a software development, da 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 da. And all that read to Chelsea's family is, so you work remotely.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then you know what? The family was like, her mama was like, I want to talk to Kwame.
Let's go over here and talk, you know? And the first thing that she asked him was,
Tell me about how old were you when you came to the States?
I was 8 years old.
What in
wow. I loved it, though. I love it. You need to protect your daughter.
What?
Okay?
What-
I don't
okay,
care.
okay,
You
really?
need to protect your daughter.
What in ice is going on here? Like, he sounds like, you know, Federal Ministry of Transportation people. Like, what are you talking about? Like, when did I
He's
come
like,
to this
I
country?
came
Can you
here
not
when I
say
was
my
8 years
English is
old.
mint? Yeah, he goes, I come at 8 years old. And then the family, and listen, from the whole interaction with his mama was very surface. He wasn't even giving her good eye contact, and I'm being for
Probably
real.
she sensed that, and that's why she asked that question to throw him
When
a
you come
loop
to the
or,
country,
you know,
What do you- no, like I really think that he's done with her. I think all the time when he comes anything towards Chelsea,
He's finding
anything in her
anything
vicinity,
negative.
he zones out.
Yeah.
He's in Micah land, and the mother was like, I think she was scoping him out. She even asked him questions like, or she not him questions, she's telling him like, like how many siblings are you? Okay, cool, you're the middle guy. All right, nice. Just so you know, like our family is very close. We have a tight knit niche going on.
We meet on Sundays.
We meet Sundays for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
he
did
was
he
like,
say?
it's cool. And then he threw a sob story by saying, oh, you know, yeah, my family, we don't normally do that.
Well, we don't even see your family. Okay,
Yeah.
let them speak. Let's see them.
Like, my family don't eat on
If you
Sunday
like it
for
or
dinner
not,
too. Ain't no
ladies,
big deal.
I'm just gonna point it out there. If you are with a guy and you haven't met his family yet, and it's been what, 6 months? That's a red flag. That's a red flag. And for this, it's double red flag. So fast forward to 7 days to the wedding. The girls are all shopping for wedding dresses. The guys are shopping for tuxedos.
And suits.
Best moment ever. I love that
Yeah, it's
part
fun, it's
of the
fun.
whole show. And Micah and Tiffany are having a conversation.
About
What
the absence
do you think,
of,
Selma? What do you think?
About the absence of Jacqueline.
Absent
Where
of...
is you?
Where is Jacqueline?
Yeah.
Is she running late? Is she sick? Did her car break
Anyways,
down?
Yeah. Anyways, you know what happened after that is that Tiffany, she can't obviously hold it too longer, like a typical girl fashion. She contacts her little guy and she goes, Brett, Jacqueline is nowhere on site. And big brother Brett does a good Samaritan and he sees Marshall
Who's thriving, wearing
Oh my
his a new
goodness.
brand new shirt,
getting it
happy,
fitted,
flourishing.
and he takes him to the side and he goes, listen, Jacqueline ain't in her wedding dress fitting.
She's not there. She's absent, you guys.
And I kid you not, like, Marshall,
His face dropped.
yeah, his face dropped.
His jaw dropped, I should say.
And I literally thought, like, Jacqueline was probably having some jitters, or probably she went to Starbucks to get a drink because she's on her way. Literally, I'm
Or
like,
running
y'all,
late,
yeah, I was
you
like,
know?
y'all stop being dramatic. She's on her way. Guess where Jacqueline was?
The embarrassment. The destruction that she has done. I'm shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I'm disgusted, actually. Are you serious, Jacqueline?
Wow, girl.
Well, I call her Jacqueline, but Jackie, whatever her name is.
Wow, girl, wow.
Really? In a coffee shop?
So that really is your type, isn't it?
So that's our review for episode 9. You guys catch us for episode 10 and 11. Please subscribe and like this video. And bye now.